inviting me into your home, or at least your television. Hey, nice place. I'm Vitsie the Videositter. I'm here to share with you and talk about special things. Very special things. Like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs were wonderful animals that lived millions of years ago in a time called the Mesozoic era. That was before your parents were born, or your grandparents, or their parents. In fact, it was before there were any people at all. Okay, I know what some of you are thinking. If there weren't any people, then how do we know so much about dinosaurs, right? Well, the answer is fossils. Fossils are the remains of ancient plants or animals. Fossils can be bones, footprints, trails of worms, prints of leaves, or outlines of animals that have turned to stone after being covered with mud for millions of years. Scientists who study dinosaur fossils are called paleontologists. They dig for dinosaur bones and then try to match the pieces. For paleontologists, studying dinosaurs is like trying to build a giant puzzle that has been scattered all over the world. Imagine how hard it must be. Where would you start? The head? The feet? The tail? Where would you look for fossils? Do you think there might be fossils in your backyard? I bet your parents will know some good places to dig for fossils. You can ask them later. Here's an idea. Get some clay or Play-Doh and press twigs, rocks, and shells into it. Then remove them to see the shapes they leave. This is like one type of fossil. You know, all the pictures of dinosaurs you've ever seen have been done by artists who have to imagine what dinosaur skeletons must have looked like with muscles and skin. Remember, no one knows for sure what dinosaurs look like, because there were no people to see them. So what do you think dinosaurs look like? Do you think they had stripes or spots? Were they colorful or not? If you were a dinosaur, what would you look like? You know, the Earth was a very different place when dinosaurs lived here. It wasn't at all the same as the world we know. As a matter of fact,
no monkey bars or swings. There would be no buildings, no cars or roads or buses, no cats or dogs or cows or birds, no barns or trucks or horses. There would be no cameras, computers, or TV. No TV. There would be no people, not even you or me. In the Mesozoic era, some things were the very same. Ay, ay, ay. Just pretend you're way back then as we play our Vitsie game. You spiders, oysters, sharks, and bees. Then the differences appear, more swamps and giant ferns. Aha, yeah, man. Enormous gliding lizards, reptiles at every turn. You would see some small ones, big ones, fierce and gentle, two-legged and foursome, 80 feet or more. Better run back through your door, it's the age of dinosaurs. Ooh. Better run back through your door, it's the age of dinosaurs. Ooh. Better run back through your door, it's the age of dinosaurs.
Welcome to the Mesozoic era. The land was rather wet in those days. If you lived during this time, you would have needed high boots to keep your feet dry.
Do you think dinosaurs wore boots?
The word dinosaur means terrible lizard. But you know what? Not all dinosaurs were terrible. Many dinosaurs were gentle. Some of them might have made great pets.
Heel, Dino! Heel! Whoa!
Another myth about dinosaurs is that they were all giants.
Now, many of them were huge. Some were as tall as 5-story buildings, but others were smaller, even as small as a chicken.
And there were many sizes and shapes in between. Probably the best way to visualize just how many different sizes of dinosaurs there were is to see them all together. And the very best way to do that is to have a dinosaur parade.
All line up for the dinosaur parade. The dinosaur, the dinosaur, the dinosaur parade. For 100 million years, they've all been dead. At least that's what the scientists said. But this is the day that history is made. They're all here today in the dinosaur parade. The dinosaur, the dinosaur, the dinosaur parade. Whee! Tall as a dad and twice as long is Struthiomimus. Small as a yardstick is Archaeopteryx.
2 stories high comes fierce Tyrannosaurus.
Whose sister Allosaurus is shorter by a head. Here's tiny chicken-sized Compsognathus.
Lost in the shadow of huge Apatosaurus.
Long as a house is Diplodocus. And Brachiosaurus, who isn't quite as long. The dinosaurs are lining up, but don't be afraid. They're just showing up at the dinosaur parade. The dinosaur, the dinosaur, the dinosaur parade. Big as a blue whale is Supersaurus. And biggest of them all is
Ultrasaurus.
who's big as 4 of Anatosaurus, and Lambeosaurus is 5 kids high. The size of a small horse is Itachosaurus, and Iguanodon's long as 2 school buses. The size of a sheep is Protoceratops.
Triceratops is 4 times that size.
Pentaceratops and Styracosaurus.
Both as big as a rhinoceros.
Yeah. Together make one Stegosaurus, with Ankylosaurus bringing up the tail. All shapes and sizes, see how they're made. They're all here today at the dinosaur parade. The dinosaur, the dinosaur, the dinosaur parade. The dinosaur, the dinosaur, the dinosaur parade.
Wow, that was fun. Now that we've seen them all together, let's meet them one at a time.
Our first dinosaur looks just like an ostrich without any feathers. Its name is Struthiomimus, which means ostrich mimic or look-alike. Scientists now believe that Struthiomimus was warm-blooded.
You are warm-blooded. Take your hand and feel your neck just inside your collar. Feels warm, doesn't it? No matter what the temperature is outside, You'll always feel that warmth. That's because your body has a special way of heating itself from the inside. That's why they call it warm-blooded. Scientists used to think that all dinosaurs were cold-blooded like the lizards of today. Cold-blooded animals need the sun to stay warm on the inside. When it's cold out, they become very slow. But old Struthiomimus was fast, very fast. In fact, paleontologists think this guy was one of the fastest dinosaurs of all. He may even have been the fastest creature ever. One of Struthiomimus's cousins did have feathers and wings but couldn't fly. This dinosaur is called Archaeopteryx, which means ancient wing. Archaeopteryx had 3 fingers on each wing, which paleontologists think he might have used to climb trees. Do you like to climb trees? I wonder if Archaeopteryx had a tree house. Now don't be scared, but it's time to meet one of the most ferocious dinosaurs of all. Do you know his name? Tyrannosaurus Rex. His name means King of the Tyrant Lizards. He was as tall as your house, and he had teeth like steak knives. He was a walking butcher shop.
Vitsie, lighten up. You're gonna scare these kids.
Sorry, Rex. Rex has a smaller and less vocal relative named Allosaurus. His name means different lizard because he had a different skull with a ridge running from between the eyes to the tip of his snout. Even though Allosaurus was smaller than his cousin the Tyrannosaurus, he was strong and apparently very smart. These guys used to hunt with partners, while at home they set up nurseries for their babies, dinosaur daycare centers. What would you do if a dinosaur visited you at school or daycare? You'd probably love it. This next dinosaur is really special because of its size. His name is Compsognathus, and a full-grown adult was no bigger than a chicken. The name Compsognathus means pretty jaw. They hunted insects and small lizards. All 5 of these dinosaurs, Struthiomimus, Archaeopteryx, Tyrannosaurus, Allosaurus, and Compsognathus, had several things in common. They all had beast feet and lizard hips. Funny but true. They walked upright on 2 legs. They all ate meat, and it's believed they were all warm-blooded. We call this group of dinosaurs theropods, which means beast feet. Okay, let's try something. Let's pretend to be a Tyrannosaurus. Hold your tiny arms in close to your body. Look hungry. Make your legs huge as you walk. Now, show your terrible teeth. Ah! You scared me. Good pretending. Here's an art idea. Make an Allosaurus or a Tyrannosaurus Rex puppet out of an egg carton. Have Mom or Dad help you with this. Cut an egg carton in half and secure it with a rubber band. Then you can draw in color on it and make your dinosaur special. Which of these beast feet dinosaurs had feathers but couldn't fly? Archaeopteryx. Which one was probably the fastest runner? Struthiomimus. Do you remember which theropod made nurseries for their young? Allosaurus. Very good. The next group of dinosaurs are called sauropods, or lizard feet. The most popular of the sauropods is the friendly Brontosaurus. But recently, scientists discovered they had put the wrong head on the Brontosaurus skeleton, so they changed his name to Apatosaurus, which means deceptive lizard. Apatosaurus was the size of 6 elephants. A plant eater with weak teeth, Apatosaurus, swallowed rocks called gastroliths, which ground up all the food in his stomach. Two other sauropods were Diplodocus and Brachiosaurus. Diplodocus was the size of 10 elephants, and Brachiosaurus could have peeked over a 4-story building. Until recently, paleontologists believed that Brachiosaurus was the heaviest of all dinosaurs. That is, until they discovered Supersaurus. One of his neck bones was as tall as your mom. Scientists thought he was the tallest dinosaur until they discovered Ultrasaurus. She stood 100 feet high. One of her footprints filled with water would make a great bathtub.
All 5 of these sauropod cousins, Apatosaurus, Diplodocus, Brachiosaurus, Supersaurus, and Ultrasaurus, ate plants, walked on 4 legs, and were called lizard feet because their feet looked like lizard feet. As a matter of fact, they had hips very similar to lizards, too.
You know, our friends the sauropods probably had to eat all day long to feed their huge bodies. If you could eat all day, what would you eat? Fruit? Ice cream? Spinach? Which one of these dinosaurs is different? This guy is different. He's a theropod with beast feet, remember? This group of dinosaurs is called ornithopods, or bird feet. That's right. Their feet look like bird feet, and they also had bird-like hips. This fascinating creature is an Anatosaurus, which means duck lizard. It's not hard to see how she got her name. Her mouth looks like a duck, doesn't it? In her mouth were hundreds of grinding teeth used to eat plants. Can you imagine brushing her teeth? She could have gone through a whole tube of toothpaste in one night. Anyway, paleontologists believe that Anatosaurus used to run into the water to escape our hungry friend, Tyrannosaurus rex. Pretty smart, huh? This dinosaur is a cousin of Anatosaurus and was discovered by a Canadian paleontologist named Lambie. So we call her Lambiosaurus. If you could name a dinosaur, what would you call it? Mikeyosaurus? Sallyiosaurus? Daddyosaurus? Hey, how about lizard lips? It's up to you. You may have noticed that Lambiosaurus seems to be wearing a silly hat. Well, that's not a hat at all. It's part of her head. It may have helped her sense of smell, or maybe it worked like a built-in instrument making a terrific noise. Here's another art idea. Make a Lambiosaurus crest using paper plates, paper bowls, and some elastic. Fasten the elastic across the plate, and then glue your bowl on top. Split the bowl, and add another paper plate for height. Then decorate. Pretty neat, huh? Some other ornithopod cousins were Psittacosaurus, who had a toothless parrot beak, and Iguanodon, who had 4 long fingers and a spiky thumb, which he used to protect himself from becoming someone else's meal. All ornithopods were plant eaters and usually walked on 2 feet. Ornithopods, especially the duckbills like Anatosaurus, often had nurseries for their babies, just like Allosaurus. Remember? Hey, let's try something. Let's pretend to be baby duckbills hatching from our eggs. Slowly break open your shell. What kinds of sounds would you make? Nobody knows what dinosaurs sounded like. How would you call your parents? Mama. Dada. Would you bark? Would you moo? I wonder if dinosaurs burped. Okay, climb out of your shell. Good. Now, let's call our parents the way you think dinosaur babies sounded. Very good. That was fun. A little noisy, but fun. This next batch of dinosaurs is one of my favorites. Horned, plated, and armored. First, the horned faces or ceratops. You know, from the ceratops family. Meet Protoceratops. His name means first horned face, but that's stretching the point because actually, he only had a small bump on his snout, not a true horn. The adults grew to about the size of a sports car, and their babies were the size of piglets. Protoceratops was a good parent, watching and feeding their babies after they were born. Our next guy is probably the most popular of the ceratops dinosaurs, and you may even know his name. Let me give you a clue. He had 3 horns. Triceratops. His name means 3-horned face, and he was much bigger than Protoceratops. A full-grown Triceratops was as long as 2 school buses and roamed the North American plains like buffalo. His large bony collar or frill and his 3 horns were enough to keep most animals from bugging him. Only Tyrannosaurus Rex was mean and hungry enough to attack him. Yikes! Other ceratops had as many as 5 or 6 horns like Pentaceratops and Styracosaurus. Here's a simple way to make a set of ceratops horns. All you need is a hairband and a couple of paper tubes. Have Mom or Dad help you put a hole in each tube so you can slip the hairband through. Decorate, and you've got your very own ceratops horns. A good example of a plated dinosaur is Stegosaurus. His name means roof lizard and was about the size of a small elephant with all these enormous bony plates on its back. Stegosaurus looked ferocious, but actually spent its day grazing peacefully like a cow. Stegosaurus had a very small brain, so he developed an extra set of control nerves called ganglion near his hip to tell the powerful tail and back legs what to do. His tiny brain just couldn't do it all. This dinosaur was also a grazer and is called Ankylosaurus, which means stiff lizard. Ankylosaurus looked like a giant armadillo because she was covered with thick oval plates of bone. There were even bony plates over her eyelids. She weighed as much as an elephant, and her tail ended in an enormous bony club, which she would swing at anyone who interrupted her quiet grazing. All of the horned, plated, and armored dinosaur cousins were plant eaters who walked on 4 legs and had bird-like hips. Try this. Can you find the ceratops with the most horns? Styracosaurus. Good. Which dinosaur is Triceratops? Remember, he's the one with 3 horns. Here he is. Did you find him? Here's another art idea. Make a dinosaur out of clay or Play-Doh and ask Mom or Dad for some macaroni, pasta shells, or buttons. Then press these items into your dinosaur to make it into a Stegosaurus or Ankylosaurus. Let's see. I've made some notes on dinosaurs.
Big Tyrannosaurus, Rex and Allosaurus hunted meat. Big Diplodocus and Brachiosaurus all like plants to eat. Anatosaurus and Iguanodon had duck-bills. Stegosaurus and Ankylosaurus had tails that could kill. Ah! Supersaurus and Ultrasaurus were the biggest ones. Compsognathus and Struthiomimus, they could really run. Styracosaurus and Triceratops had horns upon their faces, and bones or fossils of all these are found in many places. There were as many different dinosaurs then as there are mammals now, and no one knows just why for sure they disappeared or how.
You know, the age of dinosaurs lasted for more than 150 million years. A very, 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 very long time. And then suddenly, they disappeared. And nobody knows why. But I bet you have some ideas.
What happened to the dinosaurs? Well, no one really knows. Did they hop a spaceship and fly to Mars? They might have, I suppose. Where did they go? or rat-like creatures thought dinosaur eggs were quite a treat and left no baby dinosaurs. Well, what brought their defeat? What happened to the dinosaurs? They're gone and they won't tell. Would have been nice to meet them all, perhaps it's just as well. Where did they go? Who can say? Will we know for sure one day? The world belonged to the dinosaurs for 150 million years. Then in a short time, they all died quite quickly, it appears. Did a giant rock crash to the earth and dust the atmosphere? To block the sun, to kill the plants and starve the dinos here? Maybe it's good that they're not here for the human animal. Needed the space the dinos left us when they fell. What happened to the dinosaurs? Well, no one really knows. Did they hop a spaceship and fly to Mars? They might have, I suppose. Where did they go? Who can say? Will we know for sure one day?
Okay, try this. Can you find the meat eaters in this group? Tyrannosaurus rex and Struthiomimus were the meat eaters. Which dinosaur is called the roofed lizard? Yeah, Stegosaurus. Which dinosaurs were sauropods? Diplodocus and Apatosaurus are sauropods. Last one. Can you find any duckbill dinosaurs? There's two. Lambeosaurus and Anatosaurus were duckbills. Another name for duckbills is hadrosaurs.
Long ago, creatures lived that were strange and grand. Dinosaurs, terrible lizards ruled the land. Some standing tall, big as a building and fierce and mean. Some crouched and small, hopping, crawling, or running. Fantastic forms, bony collars and spiky tails. Heads with horns, backs with plates, and skin with scales. They were here for 150 some million years. Then they were gone.
Well, that's all the time we have. I hope you enjoyed learning about dinosaurs because I really enjoyed sharing with you. If you want to learn more about dinosaurs, ask Mom or Dad if there's a natural history museum near you where you could see actual dinosaur fossils. Who knows? Maybe you'll grow up to be a paleontologist. Bye-bye. See you soon.